It's coming.
All these voices. All these voices. All these things you can't explain. All these painful memories. They keep haunting you and daunting me. It's just the ghost of you and me. It's just the smoke and gasoline. It's just the ghost of you and me. Of you and me. All these whispers.
My name is James Hershey. Right back.
All these shadows in my mind. With my reflection I can't find. It's just the ghost of you and me. It's just the smoke and gasoline. It's just the
That ought to
ghost
do
of
it.
you and me. Of you and me. Don't let 'em take you away. Don't let 'em bring you down inside. It's just the mirrors in your mind. Don't let 'em bring you down.
Hello everyone, this is horror author James Hershey Jr. from the Staring Into the Abyss radio show. And this video is going to be another video in the lore series. But instead of talking about ancient lore of some creature that's been around forever, on this episode we are going to talk about a modern day creature. And that is the lore of the Ningen. Now, the Ningen is this really cool creature that they've been seeing in the Antarctic. And it comes from a Japanese word. Ningen is Japanese. It literally means... So basically what's going on is it's a humanoid kind of creature. It kind of looks like a person. And they're seeing it in the waters off Antarctica. And basically crew members of these government-operated whale research ships are supposedly seeing these things in the water and reporting them. They are supposedly completely white in color, and they have an estimated length of 20 to 30 meters. Okay, now that's metric, and that doesn't sound that impressive, 20 to 30 meters, but when you turn that into feet, that's 98 feet, 30 meters is. That's almost 100 foot long these things are. The eyewitnesses described them as having a human-like shape. They have legs and arms, and even five-fingered hands, just like we do. Sometimes they are described as having fins or a large mermaid-like tail instead of legs. Sometimes, rarely, they're even described as having tentacles instead of legs. The only real visible facial features these things have are their eyes and their mouth. And according to one account, crew members on the deck observed what they initially thought was a submarine off in the distance. So they went to check it out, and when they approached it, it became very apparent to them that it was not a submarine they were looking at, that it was something that was alive. So they tried to approach it, and the creature quickly dived under the water, and they lost it. This creature was featured in a November 2007 issue of, I guess it's Mu magazine, it's MU magazine. It's a Japanese publication that is devoted to paranormal studies, basically. All kinds of different paranormal phenomenon. And they featured an article, and they called it Antarctic Humans, is what the article was called. And basically the article was talking about the possibility of unidentified creatures inhabiting the southern seas, and it included a Google Earth screenshot of what they claimed was a Ningen in the South Atlantic Ocean off of Namibia. So far, there's been no real solid evidence of this creature actually existing. There are some pictures that were taken, some Google Earth, some supposedly eyewitness photographs, But the problem with the photographs of the Ningen is the majority of the time, it basically looks like ice when you take a picture of it. There's no really good up close, really detailed, high definition kind of picture yet of this creature. So we can really tell what it is, what it looks like. Most of the pictures that are out there are kind of from the distance, and so they're very easily mistaken for ice. So whether this thing is actually real or not, we don't know. But what they believe happened is that the government has kept detailed records of the sightings, but they're not releasing any of that information to the public. And supposedly they have also instructed all the eyewitnesses to remain silent. That's pretty standard operating procedure when you're talking about the government. They kind of shut you up pretty quick. The Ningen sightings usually occur at night, which coincidentally makes them a lot harder to photograph. Now, the pictures, like I said, they look like ice in them, but when you blow the picture up, you can see what people describe as smooth human-like skin. But basically, like I said, there's been no real good photographs yet that are really detailed that we can look at and say, yes, this thing actually exists. Some possible explanations that have been given to what this thing might be is an albino whale, an unknown species of giant aquatic ape, a new species of giant manta ray, an aquatic sloth, an unknown alien species, or some sort of demon or monster. Now, out of those, I don't think it's an albino whale, because if people are seeing arms and hands and fingers, that kind of rules whale out. An unknown species of giant aquatic ape, I'm not too sure about that either. I don't really know of any species of aquatic apes. There's the aquatic ape theory in science. If you guys want, you can look that up. That's the basic theory that we came from the ocean and we came onto land and eventually evolved into apes. But in that theory, they don't have actual apes swimming around that are aquatic and, living in the ocean. I don't know of anything like that, so I doubt that's true. A new species of giant manta ray, possible. If you look at the thing, it kind of looks like it might be that. But then again, the fingers and the hands kind of throw you on that because rays don't have that. They have the long fins, but they don't have fingers or hands. An aquatic sloth, once again, I don't know of any sloths that are aquatic, but it does kind of resemble like a large sloth. So that might be, but I don't know because, like I said, there's no real species of aquatic sloth that I know of. An unknown alien species, that could be. It's something that we haven't seen before, so alien could explain it pretty well. A demon or monster, demon, no, it's not a demon. There's no chance of that. Monster, if it's a normal biological creature, just an animal, then it's not a monster. But if it's something, supernatural, then it's possible. Basically, we don't know what the hell this thing is. It's something that has only started within the last decade, the sightings of it. So we're not really sure. That's the honest to God truth. It hasn't only been seen in Antarctica. It's also been seen in the Pacific and the Atlantic Oceans. Even though it's been seen also in the Pacific and the Atlantic, I would assume if it is living in the Antarctic Ocean, then if it does migrate down to those other two bodies of water, that it only does so in the northernmost parts of them where it is, colder. Because if it's not going to survive in a tropical environment if it's surviving in Antarctica. Very few creatures on Earth can do that. But basically, that's the story of the Ningen, what we know so far. I'm going to try to get you guys some pictures of this creature to put in the video. So if you've gotten to this point in the video, then you've already seen the pictures. So you tell me in the comments what you think this thing is. Because I'm not sure. It's kind of creepy looking. It looks like a cross between a mermaid, a sloth, and just some monster creature. It looks pretty neat. So you guys tell me what you think down in the comments. Like and subscribe to the channel, all that jazz. And if anybody has any more information about this creature, then put it down in the comments as well, because this is one that we don't know a whole lot about yet. I'm just starting to scratch the surface on this guy, trying to research him. So if you guys know of anything that I haven't covered in the video here, leave it down in the comments. I'd be really interested to learn it. But that's about it for the Ningen for this time. So I hope you enjoyed it, and until I see you again, love many, trust few, and do harm to none. Bye-bye.